man with several DUIs caused a deadly chain reaction crash in Phoenix. Lee Simmons Jr. is accused of going 96 miles an hour in a 40 zone and rear-ending Richard Lovato's car. That crash triggering a 7-vehicle crash in the intersection of 27th Avenue and Indian School on Tuesday. Lovato later died at the hospital. 2 other people were injured. Simmons was detained on suspected impairment. He's had 4 prior DUIs and 10 felony convictions. So let's take a legal deep dive into this case. Criminal defense attorney Josh Colesrud joins me now in studio. The video is just unbelievable when you see the impact that crash had and just how the cars were, some of them looked like they were cut in half. I mean, how is Simmons even allowed to be out, let alone on the streets?
Well, what a tragic case. It seems like this should have been preventable, but, how can law enforcement force somebody not to drive? Because his license was suspended, he has 4 prior DUIs, but to what extent can you say you can't drive? So unless somebody is going to voluntarily obey the order, really there's nothing that police can do.
Okay, but the fact that he could be facing second-degree murder charges, right?
Yeah.
Why not manslaughter?
Yeah, so, typically when there's a DUI that involves somebody's death, it's charged as a manslaughter because it's reckless. You knowingly get into a car after been drinking, and then let's say you hit a homeless person on the side of the road. That's a reckless killing. Now here it's a little bit different because Mr. Simmons has 4 prior DUIs. He's been to prison for 10 years for an aggravated DUI when he was on PCP. And in this case, he was driving 96 miles an hour. And he tested positive for both alcohol and PCP, driving through a busy intersection through a red light. So prosecutors are saying that this was an extreme indifference to human life. And that's the difference here between manslaughter and second-degree murder.
Okay, so you were also saying the fact that, again, allegedly drinking and under PCP.
Yeah.
He's lucky he's alive.
He is very lucky he's alive, and I'll tell you why. So when officers recognize that somebody is high on PCP, most agencies have a standing order that you're supposed to draw your weapon because it's right now a life or death situation. Right. Literally, in this situation, that's what happened. And when the police arrived, he began allegedly fighting with them, and they can tell when somebody's on PCP. Number one, by their behavior, but number 2, because they're nystagmus. That means when they do the HGN test, it's not bouncing side to side, it's bouncing vertically.
Right.
And they can tell instantly, and that's why it took multiple officers to apprehend him, and they actually had to lift him into the back of a police car.
Oh, that is just unbelievable.
It is.
Yeah, and the fact that, 7 vehicles involved, 1 person.
Multiple injuries.
Yes. So, possibly even more charges?
Absolutely. Every person who was injured because of Mr. Simmons' actions is a victim in this case, obviously, and charges can follow.
Yeah. All right, Josh, thank you for that insight. We appreciate it.